Vandervelde, snap it one time. Not a hitch and a go. Not a hitch and a go. Let's go. Come on. Come on.
Julian Vandervelde achieved the dream of making it to the NFL. Even made it into the record books. Probably not the way he wanted. See, Julian has been released a record 21 times.
Rookie year was good, and then my second year was cut from Philadelphia, signed by Tampa Bay, put on their practice squad, cut from their practice squad, brought back to Philadelphia, practice squad, active roster, cut, practice squad. Then the next year was when Chip came in. And then we had surgery, injury, settlement, cut, brought back, and then was the big year. This last year was very much so. I think it was in for camp, cut, brought back 2 weeks in, cut after another 2 weeks, brought back after a week, cut after 2 weeks, brought back. That's where I lose track. It was never really something that got to me. I just assume as long as you keep working hard and keep faith in yourself, good things will happen for you. I understand like the whole, you're open and you want to release that way. It just feels like I'm pulling then to the outside, and the foot, I'm worried about the foot fault, I think is the bigger thing.
This offseason, his phone didn't ring, so Julian turned to his lineage to fill the competitive void. A friend introduced the former Iowa standout to the Scottish Highland Games.
I've been an athlete my entire life now. I'm, throwing large rocks for fun. It's one of those things where you just you move from one thing to the next, and competition will always be something that's a part of me.
Bunch of big, sweaty Scotsmen throwing iron balls over poles.
So it kind of seems like almost a natural move for me to go from something like the NFL to another competitive strength sport. And this, I think, is something that I could really get into.
The events that make up the Scottish Highland Games are somehow both ridiculous and awesome.
The sheaf toss is kind of an interesting one. That's pitchfork, and then they got a bag that's full of something. Stab it and throw it up over a high bar. There's the stone's throw. My shot put's nice and smooth and round, and everything's kind of the same size. And these, they basically just pick up a rock and go, that feels like it's about 22 pounds, and hand it to you, and you have to throw it. The caber toss is the one that everybody thinks about. That's the giant log that is 20 feet tall and weighs a ton, and you have to try and flip it end over end. That's a lot of fun.
Nice pull.
Everyone, envisions guys throwing telephone poles, and it's not actually that far off. That's fairly accurate. This gives me something that I can focus on. It's something that, I don't know when the phone call is coming, but I do know when the games are, so I can get ready for those.
Julian's sights are set on the Quad Cities Games, one of the largest events in the Midwest. His arms aren't the only pipes that he'll be showing off.
For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
I'm here at the Quad Cities Scottish Highland Games, or as I like to call them, big dudes in skirts throwing heavy things. And since I'm here, I figured I would dress the part. Yeah, feels natural and comfortable. I think maybe I'll wear this for every episode of NFL Films Presents. What do you think? On a fall day where his old teammates are putting on a helmet, Julian is putting on a kilt. Do you feel comfortable in a kilt?
I feel more comfortable.
You do?
You'd be amazed. I'm going to buy more of these and just kind of wear them around as a fashion thing.
Okay.
Oddly enough, Sport Kilt calls this the gridiron pattern, which seems appropriate since Hawks and all
Yeah,
that.
they call mine the Britney Spears. Apparently. Where's your little purse?
I don't actually have one. This comes with, I don't know, this is like a double flap thing that we have going on here. So I have this little underneath spot here. if you would like to, you can take off the little purse thing, go over there with those lovely ladies, and throw against them.
You know, I think I'll wear the purse. These little arms, I could try.
It's all technique, really. Basically, you just have to take this thing and you get it going rotationally around your body. And then you have to kind of maintain control over it as you move through the trig, finishing with the throw.
I mean, I'm just as strong as you are.
Of course
and
you are.
I'm pretty sure that
I
could really easily
Yes.
just pick
Lift
that
with the
up.
legs,
Look at-
lift with the legs,
oh,
not with the
it
back,
feels-
with the legs.
It's so light, I could swing it.
Well, it's like I don't really feel it because it's light. So
that's
for me,
'cause
like
you-
trying to have the
Because
patience
you're like
to
strong
wait.
as two elephants glued together.
Julian's day is off to a good start. He sets 2 personal bests, including an event record in the Braemar stone throw. In the caber toss, he is one of just 2 competitors to advance to the 18-foot caber.
You're taller, you can have more control over the caber because you have a longer pull. A shorter guy has to
wait and let
he
it
has to
do
wait
its
and let
thing.
the caber do his thing.
Like now.
Get it. Oh, late. Come on, Julian.
What's your strategy?
You have to get the caber moving fast enough that when it tips forward, you can time the pull on the back end to spin it all the way over the top.
So it's like flip cup.
It's it's like
It's exactly
it's
like flip cup.
exactly like giant wooden flip cup.
Like, who was the first person to do that?
Figure this stuff out. Like most of these events, the reality is probably just that a bunch of Scottish guys were standing around putting up poles for something, and a pretty girl walked by, and one of them was like, I'll bet I can flip this farther than you can, and just started running with it and chucked the darn thing.
Julian's good day continues. A first in weight over bar gives him a chance to win the competition heading into the final event.
Well, we tried to do the sweep.
That's
Taylor's
Josh.
getting it, Ross gets it, Josh has it. I can't.
I do the flick still.
I can't do it, I gotta flick.
He clears 30 feet to win sheaf and take home the top spot. At least, that's what everyone thinks.
I did what I wanted to do. 2-foot PR in sheave, 2-foot PR in weight over bar.
Yeah!
It was just a good day.
But after a double check on scoring, Julian actually finishes in second place.
No problem.
By 1 point.
All right, swing down.
For someone who has been cut 21 times, he's pretty good at bouncing back from disappointment.
This one I think is gonna be more of a motivator. I'll put this somewhere where I can see it. Put in the time, put in the work, and next year this one's gonna have a 1 on it instead of a 2. My body feels like I could still play, but to have an outlet for that, like this, something that is physically demanding, mentally challenging, I think it makes that transition out of the NFL a little bit easier.